Hi, I'm Judithiana. Today I'm going to show you how to choose the right eyeshadow. I know what you're thinking, Judithiana, it's not important. What's important is how you apply it. No, my dear, it starts with the quality of eyeshadow you have, okay? Even if you're good at applying it, if you choose the wrong finish, you're finished. The most important thing is to know the finish. Do I want a satin finish? Do I want a pearly finish? Do I want a matte finish? Do I want a shimmery finish? That is where the trick is. Now let me show you the different types of eyeshadows with a different finish. Let me start with the shimmery one. It looks something like this. Let me swatch it. As you can see, it glitters. There you go. All these are shimmery eyeshadows. Now as you can see, they're too pronounced. This is not something I would wear during the day. I mean, what? This is when you get to look like a disco ball. It's not ideal. But anyways, I think this is very, very good and very safe for an evening or later in the night when you're going to the club. Next is the matte finish. There's something like this. They're like powder, but they feel like it's powder but feels like butter when you touch it. Very soft. That's when it's a good quality actually. It feels like butter. Now with these ones, there's no shimmer whatsoever, but they do. If you buy a good brand, the color payoff would be just as good as the one that has shimmer. Let me swatch some for you. See that? I don't know if you can see it. They're still pigmented. The only difference is they have no shimmer. These are very, very nice for both night and day looks. These are a must-have. Go and swatch that. Let me try the blue. There we go. Let me try another color. Maybe this burgundy, this maroon. See that? You can still see the color payoff, but they don't have to be shimmery. These are matte shadows. Moving on to the satin finish. The satin and the pearly finish, or the pearl finish, God, English, are kind of similar, but they're shiny, but they still feel like butter. Let me swatch. That's it. See that? This is in between. This is so confusing. I think this is just a nice palette. I was just so lucky. It's in between satin and pearl, but then it can work during the day. Some colors, if it's not bright, and it can work during the night. Any color you wish to go for, you can go with it if you're bold enough. You know what I mean? When I'm choosing eyeshadow to use on a client, this is the criteria I use. I need to make sure there's a matte finish, matte eyeshadow for my crease area, which is this, where the eye creases. I have to make sure there's a shimmery or a pearly or a satin or a glittery eyeshadow for my lid. And I need to make sure that there's a satin finish for my brow bone. So you just need to have each and every one of them. When you're buying eyeshadows, you need to make sure you have a matte palette, something like this. Like whereby all the colors are just matte. Why? You can never ever use a shimmery shadow for your crease. I will show you why. okay? And for the eyelid is where you can play with anything. For the eyelid, this is the eyelid. For the eyelid, you can use shimmers, you can use pearls, you can use satins, you can use glitter. Here you can play with. And also for the brow bone, mattes are good, satins are good, but don't choose something that is too shimmery, okay? Let's go. I'm going to start off by using this color as my transition color, or transitional color, and I put this in my crease. I'm going to try the same thing, but with a shimmery eyeshadow. See that? This is shimmer, this is matte. I'm going to intensify the matte a little more. And then I'm going to move on to the lid. Actually, before I move on to the lid, I'd like to give my eye more dimension and more depth. So I'm going to use a dark color in the crease. I'll use the brown. See that? I'm going to do the same on this eye using a shimmery dark brown eyeshadow. Let's see how that goes. Can you see the difference? This is shimmer, this is matte for the crease. Moving on to the eyelid. To place the eyeshadow on my eyelid, I'm going to use my pinky. I'm going to use a bright color. And what I do is tap. Usually I use an eyeshadow brush. You can tap, you can use a brush like this, or you could use your finger. It can still work. Just tap it on. I'm going to do the same on this eye. Can you see the difference? This is a little harsh, but this is beautiful and subtle. So like I said, you always need to have a matte eyeshadow, different colors. Matte eyeshadow because it's the one that goes into the crease. You always have to have a shimmery one or a satin one, or the one that feels like pearls, because the pearly one, because it goes right here on the lid. Now moving on to the brow bone. For the brow bone, I'm going to use something pearly or pearl-like, if that even exists in English. I'm going to put this on our brow bone. That's it. Now let's do the same this side, but still using something shiny. I don't know if you can tell the difference. I feel like shimmer all the way is a no this side. If you want to not play it safe, but just be right on point this side, this is how you should do it. You should have a shimmer, satin, or a pearl eyeshadow on your eyelid. Keep it matte in the crease, and then keep it matte or slightly satin on the brow bone, because that's how it looks nice. If you ask me, I like this side. This side is me. This side, I look like Mama Nyao this side. After this, you can go ahead and use your gel liner, your liquid liner, mascara, and then just leave the house. If you have a white collar job and you're not allowed to go vavavoom to office, you can actually just get very cool toned matte shades and only use in the crease, and that's it. I feel like it defines your eye. On this side, this one, when you sweat, it will define the lines. It will look very, very, very messy, and that's when you end up looking like a disco ball. Now let me show you how to choose the palettes. When you walk into a beauty store, it gets confusing. You have the onesies, you have these, but these are nudes, mostly nudes, and then you have one that has only shimmers, and then you find one that has all mattes, and then you find there is one that is just like a book, like you're about to play fast paint and you're wondering, which one should I buy? Do I need all those colors? That's what I'm going to answer. In my opinion, if you don't have a huge budget, it's always important to buy a palette that has mixed shades and finish. Now you find that this palette, this is a Sleek Makeup Eye Divine. These are pigmented, gorgeous colors. You find that it has corals, it has beige, it has browns, it has a gray here, it has a black here, it has some shimmer, it has matte, it has satin, it has pearl, it has pretty much everything. You just have to play with it, and lucky for you, some of these colors are assembled for you. So already the person who created this palette knows which color goes with what. So try and always look out for the palettes. If you buy the onesies, if you buy just these single eyeshadows, how many do you think you're going to buy? You'll need a black for a smoky eye, you'll need a brown, some warm tones, some corals for the crease, you'll need some satins, you'll need some, so there's so much you'll end up, and these end up being expensive. If you want to save some money, you can even buy the big palettes like this. I have this one from NYX. Okay, it has purples, it has browns, it has blush, it even has glitter. If you're the kind who likes to use I take glitter to be in the same category as the shimmery eyeshadows. Okay, so it depends on what you're into, but if you buy palettes, it saves you some coins, plus you get to play with a lot of colors. If you're the kind who's not adventurous, try palettes that have very neutral colors, nude-like colors. This is the Nudes Maybelline New York. I love this palette. I use it all the time on my clients, my brides, but their looks, each and everything. This palette is a go-to, and as you can see, I'm almost hitting pan on some of these colors because I use them a lot. So when you walk into a beauty store next time, make sure you get the right eyeshadows. I'm going to just give you a recap so you remember. You need to buy eyeshadows with a matte finish, shimmery finish, satin finish, pearly finish, and you can even buy some with a glittery finish. Okay. Secondly, if you're not adventurous with eyeshadow, buy nude colors, buy neutral colors. Okay, but you always have to have colors for the crease. Those are warm colors like burgundy, maroon. Warm colors for the crease. Keep it bright on the brow bone and play with the eyelid. Do whatever you want to do with the eyelid. So the next time you go to a beauty store, don't just pick accordingly. I hope this has helped you, and please do remember to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, Beauty by Judy Official, on Facebook, Beauty by Judy, and my other pages. I have Judithiana on Facebook, Judithiana on Instagram, and Judithiana on Twitter. Till next time, bye bye.